Cherries, it's Jessica here from A Cherry on Top, and in today's video I will be showing some Father's Day projects. I grabbed the Silly Goose stamp from Simon Hurley, and I think it's so cute and very versatile, and I'm going to make it work with Father's Day. Let's see how. I'm starting with some marker paper and stamping on it using Catherine Pooler Midnight ink. I just re-inked this ink pad up so it's very juicy, so I'm carefully stamping. I added all of the geese and then some of the sayings that I think I'll use. And I want to create both a layout and a card using them, so I would like to have extra, and I think it's easier when I'm stamping, just stamp them all. So I ended up actually stamping them all twice, and that was enough. And then it also gave me some to practice with. So you'll see some of my practice coloring as well. I grabbed out all of the browns and grays and some oranges for the beaks that I thought I would use, and I got to shading. I started these by testing out using a lot more markers and adding in a lot more color into each of the geese and doing a lot of shading, but as I continued I decided that I liked them more simple, but I thought I would still show you all of my process to see how they would look. I even made this mallard duck here because my dad loves mallard ducks, but I thought it was cute, but I ended up just going with more of a plain goose. And then this is the goose where I kept it mostly light gray, and I liked the look of that. But then as I started coloring them in and just gave them the orange beaks and colored in their props, I thought they were just cute white. So that's the version that I ended up using. Here I'm inking them up again and stamping them so I have some extras. And the next step was to fussy cut them all out. Again, I'd rather have more to start with and play around with and not use them all, so I just colored them all and cut them all out. I thought these geese would go perfectly on a bright and colorful paper, so that's what I grabbed. This is from the Vicky Bouton Mixed Media printed paper pad, and I think it works perfectly. It's bright and the geese stick out nicely on it. And then I'm adding the title, which is going to be Happy Father's Day, Silly Goose. The Silly Goose is die cut out. And then here are some of the phrases from the stamp set I'm sticking on as well. I glued on everything, and then now I'm adding some sequins just to give it a little extra sparkle. And this layout came together so quickly, and I love it. I really wanted the photos and then the geese to be the stars of the show, and I think that's what's happening here. Now it's time to get started on the card. The original thinking of why I wanted to use this stamp set was, my dad, whenever there's any wildlife anywhere, he'll just point directly at it and say, look, a goose, or look, a duck, or whatever it is. So I thought this would be a funny kind of way to incorporate that into a Father's Day card. And right now I'm building a scene. I used a cloud stencil and then colored it in to create the sky, and then I used a grass die cut to create the grass below it. And I think creating a scene like this is so fun. I've used this method a lot for a lot of the different cards that I've made. Once I put this goose on there, I noticed that the present was the exact same shades of green as the ground, so I layered up some blue ink on there, and then it could stand out a little bit more. And again, this is going to have the same saying as my layout, Happy Father's Day, you silly goose, and I really think this is so fun. This I inked up with some Catherine Pooler Midnight ink, and then I glued it all together, and I'll put it on my card base. This was a really fun one, and I definitely want to make some birthday cards with these geese as well. I think these are very versatile stamps. Let me know what you think you would use them for, or if you would use them for Father's Day, or what other cards have you made for Father's Day? Do you usually stick with the themed collections, or do you think outside the box a little bit more? So here are my 2 finished projects. Check out how cute these geese are. I love them. And thanks for watching, and we'll see you back here next time.